You are now entering the Sports and Foods Zone, where you get your sports and foods fix with your hosts, Drey and Tae.
Welcome, y'all. Welcome back. Sports and Foods Podcast, episode 38, Drey.
Woo! We in here. We're on our way to 100.
Yep. It's Friday, June 30th. About to be July. 4th of July is coming up.
Man, you got on us real fast. Like,
God, no, man. Pretty soon, football season now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like just a couple episodes ago, I was saying how all the sports were ending and the summer was too long. We're at the end of June already. Like, the last day of June is today, and we're about to be into July. Hey.
So, man, what's been going on? You know, it's been a little minute again, so.
Tay, I want to apologize, listeners and viewers. Work's been getting me. I was just telling Tay off air, I can't wait to retire. I am like counting the days, and it's years away. I mean, it's many years away. Like, I ain't even close, but I can't wait to retire. Work has been doing me, and I created a training. Have you ever?
Ooh, nice.
Oh man, and it's the thing about it, Tay. It wasn't a duty as assigned. It was Andre made a comment, and then like kind of like back myself into creating this training. So man, it was not the wisest. So I've been working nonstop, like 7, 8 o'clock, because I had to present it to my supervisor. And
now, how did it go? Good.
She rescheduled the meeting.
Oh,
I was sick a little bit. Like, I just wanted it to be done.
Yeah, of course. Well, now you got more time to work on it.
I wish it was like that. Nah, it's on the quarter 3 end review, so gotta get the quarter closed and whatnot. But work is running my life right now, and then but it is summertime, so I'm still trying to get my summertime fun in. You know,
starting to get real hot too.
Oh,
super hot. Did you see
I'm,
the weather? That's kind of what to happen.
On 4th of July, talking about almost 100.
I know, we have plans to go to a park and do that, and it's like, we're gonna change that. I think we're just gonna chill. 95 is not fun.
No, not at all. We still gonna be at Blue Lake, even though my mom threatened not to come. Like, Mom, if you don't show up at that park, you better be at the park. Me and you got problems. Oh, man. Tay, we got an exciting show today.
Yes, a lot to talk about.
So much to talk about. So let's get to it. While we were gone, the Denver Nuggets closed out the Miami Heat in Game 5. I know it's about a month ago, actually, of the NBA Finals, winning the NBA championship. This was the Nuggets' first title in team history. These playoffs were so exciting, Tay. Like some of the most exciting playoffs that we ever seen. The finals were played at a super high level. I'm sad it's over, but I'm glad the Nuggets won. I mean, if it wasn't going to be the Blazers, I'm glad another small market team won. But did you know, Tay? Did you know this? And I got to get to it on my phone, guys. Did you know that with the win, the Denver Nuggets became the first team in the Western Conference to win the NBA title not from California or Texas since 1979 when the Seattle Supersonics won the championship.
Wow. That's crazy.
There's been 22 champions in the West, and of those 22 champions, all of them have come from the state of California or the state of Texas.
Yeah, Lakers got a bunch. Warriors
got 10. Warriors got 4. Houston has 2. San Antonio has 5. And Dallas has 1.
It's crazy.
But also something else people should remember too, and I keep looking at my phone, sorry guys, is that half of the teams in the West are from those 2 cities. Or 2 states, excuse me. I think that's crazy. All right, but back to the championship that the Dallas
West Coast is the best coast.
Denver. The West Coast is the best coast. All right. Tennis great. There may be some debate, but Novak Djokovic won his 23rd Grand Slam title, winning the French Open.
Wow.
With the win, Djokovic now has more Grand Slams than any male player, keyword male player, in tennis history. Margaret Court actually holds the overall record with 24 Grand Slams. That's the record that Serena was chasing.
Yeah.
So Serena also has 23 Grand Slam wins. That's a side
note. Yeah. Yeah, man. He's a great player. Man, he wins everything. Tennis, there's a bunch. Federer, too. He was on a good run. But, yeah, that dude, Djokovic, I think I said his name right.
I butchered you. I think I butchered it, too. So don't worry, Terry.
But he's in that line up there with Jordan, Tom Brady. Like, he's the lead of the leader in his profession. And, there's only a few. Like, there's superstars, like, throughout leagues. But, like, the GOATs of the sport, I feel like he's up there now. And he's still playing at a high level. He's going to break that, I think. Serena hit her wall and Federer hit his wall, too. But I feel like he might break the record.
Hey, good luck to him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a short while we were gone, guys, because we got a lot of basketball to talk.
Yeah.
And while we were gone, legendary Wheel of Fortune host. You guys probably heard about this. If you didn't, now you have. Pat Sajak announced that he would be retiring from the show at the end of this season. He, like Alex Trebek and Bob Barker, have been staples on their game shows for years, or had been, I should say, been staples. So for me, it's kind of like the shows are ending because I actually stopped watching. I used to watch Price Right every day. In college, I had split in my classes, so at 10 o'clock I could be in front of my TV watching Price Right. I don't watch it too much with Drew Carey on it now.
Yeah,
and then the same thing. I watched Jeopardy because I thought I was smart and trying to answer the questions. I can answer none of the questions.
I know.
Sports questions
are
pretty
hard.
good. And, yeah, it's so hard. But I don't watch it as much because Alex Trebek is not on the show.
Yeah.
And so I probably won't watch Wheel of Fortune as much and when Pat Sajak. So I actually watched Wheel of Fortune the other night. My family was gone. Turn on Wheel of Fortune. Watch Pat Sajak get down. Tay, this is a side note on this. Did you know, I read today, that they are going to move The Price is Right out of Bob Barker's studio, where it has been filmed for the last 51 years.
I did not know that. Why would they do that? They always... Yeah, it's the end of the era. Like, I was thinking about that. Like, Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, that's all we watched. I think it was during dinner time. It was always on. And you just watch both back to back. And, man, we grew up to watch, like, some of these shows are, like, iconic shows, The Simpsons, stuff like that. Like, it's never going to be the same with the hosts. And you get rid of the hosts and Vanna White, all of them, like, it's not gonna ever be the same, and it is hard to watch, especially Jeopardy. I don't think I've watched one since he died. So
yeah,
we've got to witness some good shows, and I wish I would have watched a lot more, but they'll be on them tapes, those replays, long replays. Yeah, so
or on I know what you're talking about, on a Sunday they just run them over and over again.
Back so I'm gonna have to reminisce and watch a few.
And that's why we were gone. What is sports and foods?
If you can't answer that question, then you need to check out our website, snfpodcast.com. So then, the next time someone asks, you'll know.
Just like I talked about, Tay, earlier in the while we were gone, we have so much basketball to talk today. With today being the start of the signings for the NBA. There's been a lot of moves, so we are dedicating this sports segment to the NBA. I guess what you want to say, off-season. We'll call it off-season.
Yeah.
The draft, which happened a couple weeks ago, but we got there's some stuff that happened that it's a little bit weird. And to our Portland Trailblazers.
Rip City.
So we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the draft. We all know who the number one draft pick was. It was Frenchman Wembanyama. I got to get used to Ben Wembanyama.
You said it good.
Yeah,
I can't even say
it. Took me a long time to say Antetokounmpo too. I had to practice.
I just call him Giannis. Giannis, Greek freak.
He was the number 1 draft pick by the Spurs. I mean, like they keep calling him a generational talent. He looks the part. But like I was telling somebody, this older man, we were in a walk in our neighborhood, and he said, "Oh, what do you think about the French guy?" I was like, everybody looks good in the highlight films because that's the point.
They do.
Let's see what happens when you get on the court. I'm not saying I hope the kid is great. I hope he's great, but we don't know. Nobody knows about any of these draft picks. That's why, I mean, if you knew, then Nikola Jokic, the Joker. That's where I see. That's one name I get all confused.
Yeah, the Joker.
Jokic wouldn't have went in the second round if teams would have known he would have been the MVP. So you never know until you get on the court. So
even Giannis in the second round
late in the first round. So
first round, yeah.
He was late in the first round though. But I mean, like, he wasn't I don't think he was a lottery pick. Or he was right outside the lottery. It was like 20 maybe. But yeah, nobody knows. So, but in this draft though, after Wembanyama, there was a lot of strong players picked up, Tay.
There was. It was a good draft to me, at least on paper. On paper. Yeah.
Always on paper. Because, I mean, Brandon Miller, who I thought fit better with the Blazers, was the number 2 pick. And then, the Blazers picked up Scoot.
Yeah, the dude can play.
He's a hooper. And then the Twins went back to back.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, and I actually, Tay, I was looking at the one that went to Detroit, Asir, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Asir. He actually, man, if the Blazers had wanted to trade back, if Scoot hadn't have been as good as I think he's going to be,
yeah,
they could have traded back and got that Asir kid because he does what we need. And he's 6'7". He plays defense on the wing and can shoot the 3. His brother, is more the point guard. They said, does dribbles the ball, that kind of thing. But we'll get to the Blazers in a second. I was about to start talking about Blazers talk already. Tay. It's like on the edge of my mouth.
It is.
I mean, but Tay, the surprising thing was that now I'm gonna blank the kid's name.
What's crazy about the Blazers too, like this whole draft, I was like wanting the first pick in the draft. It's been all this emotional roller coaster, try to figure out what's gonna happen, and then the draft was a shock too. I didn't think we would get Scoot, and it's just crazy. But to me, yeah, there's a lot of good players in the first round. I was shocked. Like, for some reason during the college season, I guess I'm more caught up in the NBA. Like, I don't remember none of these players. And now you got to worry about the players that play in the G League, which I hope they show more of them on TV because, man, some of them players, man, they could have been in the league last year too.
There you go. My bad, Tay. I heard all that, and you're right. They all could have been in the league. And the thing about the G League, I like the G League because I think that if a kid doesn't want to go to college, they shouldn't have to go to college. You shouldn't force a kid to go to college just because you want them to be 1 year older to enter the NBA. Which I think they do need to be older to enter the NBA because I think a lot of these kids are coming out of college too young. But they're playing. These guys are playing against real basketball competition in the G League.
Yeah,
and that's what people because G League games are not like as big as college basketball games are. So people don't get to see all these kids in the G League, and these guys are just as good. And we got one on our team. And the kid's name that I couldn't remember a second ago, Cam Whitmore, dropped all the way to 20. Tay, I thought he was going to be there at 23 for us, and I was hoping that he would be there for us. Because he's 6'7", and he got a chip on his shoulder now. And like I just talked about highlights. From the highlights, he was good. But I did watch a couple Villanova games, and the dude can play, but I don't remember him being a standout. See, that's the thing. Like you were talking about, just saying that. Like just watching these guys, I don't remember him like crushing nobody, but they said he had bad interviews and stuff like that. So, but I wish all these guys a good career. I forgot I guess we could talk about the Blazers. Oh, we're in the draft, so let's talk about this now. Chris Murray. Chris Murray is
real good pick.
A good pick late in this first round. I think he actually will get a good amount of playing time.
I think he could play the 4 and the 3. So
and the 3.
Yeah, I like the versatility, and then he plays well, like just like his brother. So if we can get it just as good as the player his brother is for Sacramento, man, that's a win.
And the 23rd pick, his brother was a lottery pick. His brother was a top 4 or 5 pick.
He's up there, yeah.
Or 9, maybe he was 9. I think it was 9, but or maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was 5. But anyway, and then people keep saying the steal of the draft.
Yeah,
Ryan Rupert.
Yeah,
they keep saying the steal of the draft.
Yeah, it was good.
Tay, when you get invited to the draft lottery room, they assume that you're gonna be. They assume you're gonna be a top 20 pick, and he was in. He got drafted to the lottery room. So I like it. If he turns into something, man, and he wanted to come to Portland, so they said that as the draft was, as that was winding down, they saw that he wasn't going to be, drafted on the first day. They are in the first round. Excuse me, it's not the NFL draft. There's no first day. It all happens in one. When they saw that he was going to go lower in the second round, they started telling teams not to pick him. They had a perfect spot for him to go, and it must be the Blazers. I mean,
yeah, I like it. I think we actually did well in the draft, and we usually don't. So we might be turning the corner at least with that. That's huge because small market. You got to draft well. That's the only way you can build.
The only way we're going to have a good team in Portland, which I keep getting off to the Portland. We're not. I just want to talk about that yet. But the only way is through the draft, and so we'll talk more about the Portland Trailblazers in a minute. Tay, free agency. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Free agency started.
Yes, started today.
Tay, there's been some money, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Lots of money being paid to these players, like some huge deals. Like I was just telling Tay off air, Desmond Bane, Memphis Grizzlies guard, just got a 5-year deal for $207 million.
Wow.
5-year deal.
Touching.
That is, woo. I mean,
man, that's a lot. He's a good player, but man, I feel like that's a stretch to give somebody
$200 million.
that.
You don't think he's worth $200 million? Yeah. Tay, there's been some really good signings though. I think that the Lakers, like you said earlier, signing Rory Hachimura and getting some players like that.
Not overpaying for Reeves. I thought maybe he was gonna get $100 million. I'm like, that's crazy too. He's good, but $50 million I think is a good thing for him. Well,
no, but did he sign that contract because
he might not.
Offer? They gave him that $54 million offer. Somebody may try to get him. Yeah, so he still could get 100.
Yeah.
The Blazers shouldn't give him 100, but we could give him 70 because he can play for us. Any moves that move you? Anything that you saw that we're like, man, this team is really good?
I think the one before all this happened was the Phoenix. I think they did by getting Beal. We'll see how that shakes out. This super team flipping hasn't worked out too well with Durant as part of those multiple teams. So I think Phoenix did well though. I think and they got Eubanks. You remember you texted me that. That's good for them. Eubanks go from lottery team to
possible NBA championship.
So he should get some PT. Their center Aiden has issues sometimes, so he might get some run. He's a good player. So I feel like with that roster, all the money's already soaked up. They don't have a lot of free agency, so he might be the only versatile big man. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. All these moves, Van Fleet went to the Houston. I don't feel like that helped them. I think Draymond Green, Middleton. I think those are underrated signings that are going to be huge for their teams that have a core that's won a championship. So, that's good. But right now, I think I need some more creative trades to fall and maybe some movement to really assess it all the way. But I might be missing one. I mean, the Boston one's that one, I know that's a trade, but that's pretty interesting too. Like, I'm just trying to think of that one signing or trade that's gonna really be like splash.
I think that I don't know. You brought something else to my mind though. I have another question while you're thinking about that question. So I like the trade. I like the Boston trade, but that's not my question to you, Tay. My question to you is about the trade to Golden State. Chris Paul in Golden State.
Ooh,
how do you feel about that?
I don't think that's a really good fit. This Chris Paul's like a pick and roll guy, and he's like the not ball hog, but he commands the ball. Where Golden State, they're passing it every second. So I'll see how that works out. But the thing is, he had to be like one of the top guys on his team, and I don't think he's that kind of player anymore. So going to Golden State, I feel like if he can hit that mid range and just run that second unit, and he gets to don't play like those heavy 35-minute games. Man, he's a smart player. I feel like it's helped them, but I don't think it's made them that much better having him. It's really about their core.
Yeah, Tay, I agree with you.
And I don't like Chris Paul, so I really don't want the Warriors to win. I just thought about that too. Like, I don't want the Warriors to win, but no, I really don't. Because Chris Paul's against the Blazers. You guys know the history. Like, he's one of our rivals.
I agree with you, Tay. I don't think that it was a good. I don't think it was a good trade at all. I don't know what Golden State was achieving in trading a young Jordan Poole for an old Chris Paul. Like, and then the style of play, you said, the style of play don't match. Like,
yeah.
And like I told you earlier, Golden State runs one of the league's lowest amount of pick and roll. So I mean, like, they don't even run pick and roll, and that's what Chris Paul's a traditional point guard. He needs a big man that catches lobs and does all that kind of thing. He needs, like wings that can shoot it, people that are ready to, to cut to the basket, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the cutting he'll feast on because they do cut a lot in Golden State, but I just don't see how he and then the question really is he going to be around for the playoffs? Because every year they get in the playoffs, he get hurt. So I mean, like,
yeah,
he's good in the regular season, but I mean, like, the playoffs when they need him, and he ain't been around a lot for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
The Phoenix experience will be interesting though, so we'll see about how that goes. Again, on paper, don't like the look of that team because you don't have a actual point guard.
No championship team, like Miami was just in the finals, Denver. None of those have really done any significant change. So I think the Lakers might be the team right now who's, I feel like, put some players within their contract issues because they got some heavy contracts there. So I think they upgraded their team, and they're going to be long and athletic, and they got Reddish. I don't know how much he's going to play, but they get some more shooters, which I don't know why they should be getting all shooters, with LeBron. So
LeBron,
I think
and AD.
It's kind of too early, but we have to relive this again. But yeah, there's going to be some more movement. I feel like after today, there's a lot of players that might get that I can't think of one right now, but that might get picked up where you're like, okay. And I hope it's Portland. I hope we do something.
Hey, Tay, now it's time for the transition to happen. Tay, it's been a very rough day for me today, and not because of work. What are we doing is my question. Like, what are the Portland Trailblazers doing? Like, it's been what time is it? It's 10:41 right now. We're recording PM.
Yeah.
The trade the free agency opened at 3:00. It's been there's a list of all these people getting signed. And I see one person, the Trailblazers have signed, and we all knew he was going to get signed again. So signing Jeremy Grant is not nothing spectacular for us. Great. I think they overpaid him, but okay, whatever. He got paid.
Yeah.
What are we going to do he was here already last year anyway. So what are we going to do to make this roster better is what I want to know. And that's the thing. Like, Tay, I told you off air. The couple guys I thought we should have went after was Seth Curry and Kyle Kuzma. Seth Curry was like, they signed him pennies on the dollar. Now Kyle Kuzma, they paid him some real money. So I mean, like we would have to trade to get him, but we'd have to do a sign and trade. But those two dudes to me would have helped Dame out the most. And Kyle Kuzma made a lot of sense because he's 6'8" or 9, and so he can play power forward, but he can shoot the ball.
Yeah,
and he's a decent defender. He blocks shots. He's decent on defense. And then Seth Curry, all we would need him to do is stand in the corner, and when Dame gets to the lane and kicks it out, hit the open three. That's all we need him to do.
Always, all day, yeah.
And Tay, you're more optimistic than me. You are. Like I told you earlier, I'm waving the white flag on this free agency thing because at the end we're gonna pick up a couple bums and throw them on the bench and.
That's what I was trying to say earlier, like the whole thing, like the draft. I'm thinking like, oh, we're gonna try to maneuver something and get something. No, just been all the talk on the news has been about Dame. Like they literally have taken over his Dame Portland thing is taking over the whole media cycle. It's making me mad because it's like I don't want to hear all this, like all these different scenarios. I've heard 10 different teams. And the trades they're throwing out to us are all just disrespectful. Like, we're not getting nothing. And they want Dame. Like, no, we need everything. Yeah. And, like, the Miami one, they wanted Hero. I saw one with, like, Hero and I forget what it was. But I'm like, no. Like
Hero, Duncan Robinson.
It's like Jimmy Butler for Dame. Like, something like that. Like, that's it. You know, we're not doing...
What they're trying to do is they're trying to laden it with a whole bunch of like draft picks that are like, if you guys are good, them draft picks is gonna be in the 20s and in the late 20s. Like they're good 20s. Draft picks.
Yeah,
that first round picks. I mean, like.
So yeah, we're in trouble. Like nothing's happening. And today I'm thinking like, okay, I saw the Grant thing, and then I'm like, something is gonna unfold. Portland, you know, they're talking about Portland. I'm like, oh, maybe they're gonna pull something with. Anything, like even a veteran. I'm like, I want the big splash, but like just something. Like, are we gonna get some size or another shooter, like you said? Like nothing. And there's a lot of players that are off the board, so it's now, like I said, it's miracle happening. Like I don't know. It's almost the mission impossible. We're about to, you know, in a couple of days, if nothing's happened, I don't know. It's almost over as far as what could happen, you know, until like November or December when they're trying to do the trade deadline. So
trade deadline.
I was trying to think. I've been trying to think for this whole I knew we were going to talk about the Blazers. Like, what scenario could we do? I'm looking at players and I'm looking at kind of what creative thing. It's almost like you said, there's a flag. The flag is getting thrown. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
I'll tell you. I mean, like, I really like you had high hopes for today. Like, I after I did a lot of reading about that draft pick, I didn't want to trade that draft pick because it's hard to get a top 3 draft pick, and those players are usually and when they started listing the players that were the number 3 draft pick. I was like, oh man, we got to play. I think we got a player that's could. We think Shaden is good. The way they talk about this kid, I think he might overshadow Shaden. So
yeah, because Shaden has a little reserved personality. This guy, you could tell doesn't care who's on the other side of the team. He's taking it to the hole. He's reversing in the midair. I mean, he went up against the number 1 pick and beat them and dominated. That's how he became. His name actually became popular from that game. And man, that's rare. You can't teach that kind of. And he's already like, I want to play with Dame.
Yeah.
You know, I want rookie of the year. There's no hesitation. There's no like, oh, I'm just want to fit in. No, he's like, I want rookie of the year. I want to win. Me and Dame's gonna be the best backcourt in the league. Like, I'm like, yes. So,
say it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it all. I mean, because that shows confidence, man. I think he's got that dog in him too, though. Like that dude is hungry.
That's
he wants to play. Like, I mean,
yeah.
But can we get a big man with some dog in him? Like, we keep getting these guards, man. Like, it's hard to win with a 6'2", guard, a dude leading your team, and he's the hardest person, the person with the most dog in him is your 6'2" point guard. Like,
yeah,
come on, man. Like y'all bigs, man. Like, that's Dame. That's what I'm saying. That's Dame. Like, I mean, he be out there trying to rile these dudes, man. All right. You may be looking at our clothes, trying to figure out why we have different clothes on, but we're still in the same show.
Yeah.
We're actually not on the same day because since we last taped, Dame Lillard has decided to ask for a trade.
Yeah.
So we couldn't let that.
Day.
Yeah, we couldn't let that fly and put out a whole show about how we were gonna play with Dame on the court when Dame ain't gonna be on our court. Which actually, Tay, I'm very happy about that, and I'm happy that this whole drama is almost over, and we're gonna now I'm a little bit nervous for a different reason. What are we gonna get for this guy? Now 75 greatest player and all.
Mr.
All
Big
the accolades, leading scorer for the Trailblazers organization, history, all these records, all this stuff. 71-point game. We should be getting Rudy Gobert type stuff, right?
Yeah, that's the goal. But for the Portland Trailblazers, we can't even get a 30-year-old veteran to come to Portland. So if we can't even get free agents that are like has basic contracts. Small contracts. They're going to all these other teams except Portland. I'm nervous about what they're throwing out there and what teams are really trying to do with, but we do have a little bit. I mean, we have a shot to really flip our roster fast, but I'm nervous about what we're gonna get.
Well, right now they're saying that the three hot team names are of course the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
The why am I blanking right now? Philadelphia 76ers and the LA Clippers.
See, the Sixers though, as far as fit for Dame, I feel like him and Embiid could do some damage. Just man, the pick and roll, and Embiid always seems to can't get that player to hit those big shots when it really matters. But Dame would be hitting them shots in them playoff games that they lose always. But for us, I like that they're saying we're going to do what's best for the organization, but they just also said they're going to put all these pieces around Dame, and they haven't done that. So I don't believe anything that they're saying right now about it's open market. Like, there's nothing there that gives me hope yet. Unless you could think of something that gives me some hope.
So, I don't even know what to say. Like, I'm lost for words because it's like I said, I'm happy that Dame is leaving. And the thing I want about all the listeners, the viewers to understand, I like Damian Lillard. It's not that I don't like Dame. I just knew that we were not going to win a championship with Dame on our roster. It in no way, shape, or form. Now, but I wish we had came to this conclusion 2 years ago, or even before last season, because we would have got a lot. It would have been so easy to get. We would have got all that we wanted for Dame. All that he deserved. I mean, all that he's worth. I shouldn't say deserve. All that he's worth. Now I feel like we're gonna get. I keep telling Lindsay, pennies on the dollar. That's my new phrase. Pennies on the dollar.
It's looking like that, man.
I mean that Bradley Beal. Look what they did to Bradley Beal. How they didn't get nothing. The Wizards got nothing for him. They got one protected first round draft pick in 2030. That's it.
I think he had a trade clause though that kind of affects.
You're right. And that's what Lillard does not have. That he doesn't have a. He does not have a no trade clause. So, yes, we can trade him wherever we want. But will the Blazers do the right thing?
The thing is, too, man, he should be commanding a lot of attention. And there's a lot of players. And I feel like, to me, if we make something happen, I told you we need a third team in there that's going to provide, hopefully, draft picks. But I want the whole, Rudy Gobert thing. I want 4 draft picks. I need a young player maybe thrown in there or some kind of in between that. But we got to have something for this whole thing. This is like a franchise changing scenario that's happening right now. So, like, we need big things to come back.
Tay, you are totally correct. And we whiffed on one of these already. When LaMarcus Aldridge left, we kind of like, we believe what he said and just left. We could have traded Aldridge and got a lot for him. Now, we're in the same situation again. We cannot mess up on this one. Now, this time we are going to be able to trade and get something. But we need to get what we're supposed to get for this dude, Dame, because Dame is worth it. Because Dame is going to go somewhere and make a team he's going to make him a championship contender. Yeah. Automatically, sure. Especially the teams he's asking. But the one team, if I had to pick a team that I would like as a trade partner that is realistic to this situation, I like the Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. I think they have enough trade. They have way enough trade capital for us to give us, I always say trade capital, draft capital, because like you and I were talking off air, I want as many first round draft picks as I can get, and I want them because we can't have. I don't think you can give 3 consecutive trade 3 consecutive picks away. So I want them every two, and then a blank year, and then 2. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like you were saying, like. 24, 25, and then blank. I mean, we have 27, 28. You know what I mean? And
something like that.
Yeah, but then they also have a couple players that I really like. That Noah Clowney kid, he's out of Alabama Center, 6'10" dude. I like Nick Claxton, Dorian Finney-Smith. So, I mean, there's some players that they have that, that could kind of, we'll take Dinwiddie. You know what I mean? I think he has another year on his contract. I mean, and let them dudes come out and I mean, we'll get some hoop out of them dudes, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and two of them could be starting center and power forward for us, later on down the line, So I just think that I'm way more optimistic in this situation than I was in free agency, like trying to bring free agents here to Portland. But I'm not overly optimistic. Like, I think we're gonna go out and get 12 first round draft picks and all this and whatever player we want, this kind of thing. But we better get something. But Tay, you threw out something interesting. Like I was talking about Brooklyn, you threw out maybe bringing Ben Simmons back in a package.
Yeah, just because his contract will expire and it'll come off the books. And I mean, I feel like with the young team, he's not around a bunch of vets who's expecting all this. He can like redevelop his game and just lead. The guy can play. Like it's just an all mental thing. It's just a gamble, though. Like, we need the picks and all that to go with it. But I would be open for it. I feel like 6'10", playing with Scoot and all that. I think it's just different than, like I said, he's been on the Philadelphia with the fans and veterans who are trying to win. And then Brooklyn, they had Durant and all them. So it's a whole different ball game when you're with your peers, your age group, and they're trying to just go out there and hoop. And I think that's what he needs to get back to, just going out there hoop. And since we're not going to be no top contender, that's all they're going out there to do is hooping, is running up and down the court. And I'm excited about Summer League too, see what we're going to do. But it's all about Dame, really. This whole offseason now is what we're going to get back.
What we get back. But Tay, so all in all, I'm again, like I said, I'm excited Dame is leaving. Good luck to Dame Lillard, man.
I'm sad. I can't lie.
Thank you for all you've done for the city. I appreciate all the memories. Good luck to you. Blazer organization, man. Y'all better do something with this situation, this opportunity.
Do something. Yes.
But do something or not do something, still going to be a Blazer fan. Doesn't change nothing. Blazers for life.
Exactly. Rip City.
Hey, let's talk about food. Today's topic is
feeding our children.
Normally, we have a long food news segment. Because we give you so much sports news, we thought you'd give you some food news too. But today we're going to have a quick food news segment because there's a couple things I want to talk about real quick. that are about Oregon, not the Ducks, even though we love them too, but about
that'll be coming,
about the state
coming
of Oregon.
soon.
Yeah, really coming soon. Oregon has 4 of the top 100 donut shops based on rankings from Yelp. Number 15 was Pips. I don't know. Pips is on Fremont. 73rd was Donut Day. And number 78 was Dough Donuts, is a vegan donut shop. And number 94 was Miko Mochi Donuts. And like, I don't know, I don't like mochi, like the ice cream ball, so I don't know. I'd be willing to try them though.
Yeah.
So Yelp ranked these Yelp ranked these, speaking is hard, were based on a lot of factors, including the total volume and then total volume of reviews and then the actual reviews. Yelp also ranked the top 100 burgers, and Oregon has 2 on the list.
Nice.
They have the Portland Deschutes Brewery Public House Burger was number 29, and the Mr. Bento Burger in Hillsboro was 42nd on the list. And they ranked, again, Yelp ranked all the burgers across the U.S. based on the total number of reviews they had and then the quality of the reviews. So there were some other things they listed there, but they had a lot of things they were ranking.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. I think it's awesome. We're the top of the food chain when it comes to restaurants and quality food. And I'm glad that we're getting recognition. You know, people need to come back to Portland and try it. Me, personally, well, for one thing, the foods are expensive. These food carts. I want to go try all these food carts, but man, that's $20 a meal pretty much. So I'm trying to do it in moderation, but man, every time I see these things, like I need to try to actually go to these ones that are getting this national attention. But yeah, burgers. I love the options of burgers here, from fast food to gourmet. I've had some pretty good burgers. You know, I think mine's up there too with those too.
Yeah, right on.
But yeah, I love it. Keep bringing these stats with all these food carts and restaurants that are getting love, and because I need to try all these places.
Definitely.
You can find us on all podcast platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. Or if you want to see our faces, go to youtube.com and search Sports and Foods. That's Sports and Foods.
All right, before we jump into our actual food segment, I have a little pre-food segment for you guys. Me and Tay talked about us being better about talking about or reviewing the things we cooked that we talked about on the show on prior episodes. So today I'm gonna talk about the chicken shawarma that I made.
Nice.
And I in season 1 I talked about this making hummus, and I finally made the hummus. So we'll start with the hummus. The hummus turned out spectacular, and in true Andre fashion, I didn't follow the recipe to the T, and I didn't write anything down, so I don't know what I did to make it taste so good. Huh?
Is it a long process?
No. So
good.
There's a couple things that I did. Oh no, I remember what I did. I just don't remember how much olive oil I poured in or how much, because when baking is a science, cooking is an art. Like you can taste and look, and now baking you have to follow the recipe, because if you ain't putting enough this or that, you gonna have a flat cake or something's gonna go wrong. But in cooking you can do whatever in cooking. You can be eating like chalk. But the hummus turned out great. I took a few recipes, put them together, but there's a couple things that I did that I didn't see. I saw one lady's recipe, but I didn't see anybody else's recipe. So I boiled my chickpeas first with a little bit of baking soda in the water. Why the lady told me to do that, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it every time now. And I mean, and if you listen to the episode, I guess it was in season 1, I used salt. So then I put them in the food processor. I blend them up real quick, real good. And my food processor, I was telling Tay, and I showed this on the show a while back. maybe in the first episode of this season. My immersion blender that clicks into my food processor, it just was not powerful enough to really chop that stuff down. So, but it got it smooth. But it took a lot. It was hot to the touch. So, that got it smooth, and then I put in the tahini, salt, pepper, garlic, a little lemon, blend that joint up, and then once that's all blended up, then you slowly pour in the olive oil and just let it blend while it's blending up. Tay, I mean, I was impressed. I was high-fiving myself like, yeah, man, that's good, bro.
Nice.
That's some good stuff. So, the hummus turned out great, so I'll make that again. Now, the chicken shawarma,
I must try.
It was good. It ended up being good. But so the guy on the video put the stuff in this is the one that was on the skewers. You stack the meat on top of the meat. You season the meat all up. Stick the ends in the onion and stand it up. Well, he used chicken thighs. I don't like chicken thighs. So what I did was I tried to butterfly chicken breast and then stacked, and I seasoned chicken breasts like they were flat chicken thighs or cutlets or something like that. What I should have used was cutlets, but I didn't do that. I tried to slice the chicken because I would have to buy like 3 or 4 packs of cutlets. It would have been expensive. Yeah. I was like, well, I can just cut the chicken breast myself. No, I can't. No, I can't. So I butchered those chicken breasts trying to get them even, and then like
it's hard.
It was really difficult for me to do. So I would advise not doing that. Unless you're a professional at slicing meat, if you cook this, don't just buy chicken cutlets if you don't want to use thighs.
You need that Japanese knife that cuts it like
butter. Yeah. Because I was like, because it wasn't the problem. It was me cutting them the right even thickness.
Yeah, the thickness. It just hard
parts that
to
were
do
thick
that.
And parts that were like
it always starts
thin.
out good. Like you're like, then once you get to the middle,
the middle is like
it goes on.
It's going left. Like, oh no! Then you try to bring it back, then it's all zigzag like shark teeth. There you go. You know what I'm talking about. So so that I wouldn't do that again. I'll buy cutlets, and then that stacking the meat on the putting them on the things. The meat in the middle didn't get cooked that well, so I was a little. When I cut into it, the outside meat cut beautifully. So when you cut it off, it was like great. But as I started cutting more in the middle, I was like, oh man, this meat don't look like it's cooked. So then I laid it down, put it back in the oven, let it roast some more, and then I still was skeptical. So then I pulled it off the skewers and put it in a skillet and made sure it was cooked all the way. So moral of the story is I would cook this meal again. Oh, and then the other thing is I would use less cinnamon. Cinnamon is actually I never had cinnamon in a savory way, and it was very strong. The flavor was very strong. So I used that same spice blend on some other chicken, but I didn't use so much cinnamon. It tasted a lot better. So 2 things: I would not stack my meat on that, or not stack so many pieces of meat on the skewers, and I would use chicken cutlets, or actually use the chicken thighs. The seasoning tastes great. The meat was good. I actually ended up making a tahini sauce. I shredded up cucumbers. Used cheesecloth and squeezed all the water out of them, which I did not realize cucumbers had so much water in them. Like a river of cucumber water was pouring out of there. And then
it's like one of the top things to eat that has the water is cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Yeah. I didn't realize like that. Tell you, when that was a ball of it, and I started squeezing, and the water was just. Psh, I was like, man. And then I squeezed more, and more water come out. I was like, man.
Yeah. When I tried to grow them last year, they were sucking down that water.
So you got to keep them really watered then. Because that's how they were growing, by drinking that water. Like each filling themselves. Because there's a lot of water in there. But that night we ate a Mediterranean feast. It was actually a very good dinner. But
nice.
Yeah. So chicken shawarma was good. Skewers, I did. Yeah.
You did them both at the same time?
Yeah, I cooked it all. Hummus, nice. The tahini, all of it. I made a Mediterranean feast. Yeah, I had chopped up lettuce. We had olives and everything, pita bread, the whole 9. Did it all. So it was a good dinner. And then my family doesn't eat leftovers, so I ate it for the next week, which was great. It was perfect.
It was great.
It was great. So I was happy. Like, please don't eat none. So it was good. But again, we just want to continue to review this stuff and let you guys know how it turns out for us. I actually have the cottage cheese for the cottage cheese ice cream in my refrigerator, so I actually might attempt to make it tomorrow, which will be Saturday. So I may have something for you guys next episode about that, because I can't wait to make that. Really, that's something I'm looking forward to. So. More to come. Where do I go if I want more sports and foods?
snfpodcast.com.
Cooking food for our children is an extreme, and I'm saying slowly because it is the truth, task. Our kids, and not just our kids, most children, I won't say all children, most children are so picky with what they want to eat.
Picky. It's ridiculous.
Tay, I tell Olivia all the time, if you're really hungry, you're going to eat this. So if you're really hungry, you're going to eat it.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no... But Tay and I have found a few staple items that we could cook for our kids, and they will eat it every time. And so, Tay, what are those things, or what is that thing that you go to get Jacoby and Amaya to eat food?
Yeah, the whole picky thing is, some days it's like, yeah. The next day it's like, no to this, no to this. Like, I remember when I was a kid, I can't even leave out the seat till I ate it. I can cry. I can, eventually you'll get a spanking or something. Like,
right.
My kids, man, they get it made. I'm asking them what they want. Like,
like I'm the waiter or something. What can I get you to eat for dinner tonight?
They're talking about, no, like, we're not having fast food every day, or we're not making full on your favorite meal every weekend. They'll eat the same thing every day. Actually, they do, pretty much, most of the time. But let me get back on track. But yeah, smoothies is like, I'm starting small to big. So yeah, smoothies. I talked about them before, but it's simple. Frozen strawberries, banana, blueberries, and then orange juice or apple juice or both. And then the thing is, I sneak in them spinach, and I tried the carrots, but they caught me recently.
Putting them in there?
Now they're like, "Are you putting carrots in there?" But and I meant to put it away, but yeah, I was throwing the carrots and the spinach. They don't care about the spinach, but the carrots, they be bugging. They're watching me. I'm like, I'm gonna figure out a way to get those back in there. Yeah,
you better put them in the spinach bag before, and toss them all in all together.
Yeah. But what I like the best about it is, like, after breakfast, before lunch, I can kind of prolong lunch a little longer. So I do the smoothie in between, and it's, I like them. I never make them for myself. It's always when either they want to make it or I make it just, for them. But I need to eat more of those. I love them. I would probably add some more stuff, but we just keep them that simple. And then
that's the best ones. That's the ones we make too. Exact same thing.
But yeah, you can be creative and add more stuff, and hopefully when they get older, they would like to experiment with more different fruits and stuff. But yeah, basically it's almost identical to that, minus the carrots right now. But I was thinking about stuff like what they like. They love chicken nuggets. We get Maya has the vegan issue, so she gets those vegan ones we buy. Those are kind of expensive, but when I was thinking about this, there's so many things that we do, but like the one that I've been doing a lot more is making the chicken nuggets instead of going out to eat or eating the frozen ones, just making them from scratch or just grilling chicken.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so with Amaya having I didn't mean to say vegan, the gluten. I said vegan, the gluten issues. So we've been using gluten-free flour, which is a little different. The texture is a little different, but once you figure it out, you get that crisp on it and stuff. So doing like homemade chicken nuggets, taking the chicken breast and cutting it down and stuff, or the chicken tenders and making those in the nuggets. And it's like, chicken doesn't take that long to cook. So, 30 minutes, you have some nuggets instead of spending, for a Happy Meal, the 4-piece Happy Meal is $7 or something like that.
$7, yeah.
I can make 20 pieces of nuggets, and we can have all kind of sauces. And they don't really eat sauce, but and then what I've been doing too is grilling like pork chops. Like I love pork chops fried and stuff, and my kids, you know, it's almost like chicken. And Jacoby's so picky, so I grilled it just like I seasoned it like I do chicken, and he was loving it. He thought it was chicken, but I was like, no, pork. So yeah, with that, and we do the boneless ones.
Let them go. Let them. Don't tell them ever, because we told Olivia a long time that fish was chicken. Like chicken is the staple. Like I'm like, it's just like, this chicken is good. Yeah, go ahead, eat that fish. Girl, call it chicken. I don't care what you call it, as long as you eat it.
But yeah, those are like the best. I feel like the everyday ones you can do. And then instead of French fries or potato chips, just doing fruit, like a fruit melody, fruit cocktail. So the same thing I put in the smoothie, you know, it's not frozen, but just getting strawberries, blueberries, bananas, and grapes. That's all we do, and you know, put it in a bowl. And you know, they like the whipped cream and stuff, but I love that fruit. And you know, it's a little spendy, it can be, but I love it instead of like the chips, the easy snack. Just whip that up, and you can you put the bananas in last, but if you don't put the bananas in there, you know, you can eat it later that day, so they can have it, you know.
Oh, because the bananas turn brown,
or as a dessert. So those are my little hacks that I was like, let me think about some good ones that are not like too junk food, you know.
No, those are all really good. And when you talk about chicken nuggets, first thing popped in my head is Tyson's chicken nuggets. But no, you making full on chicken nuggets out of chicken. That's dope, Ty.
And I cut them big too, so they're you know, different sizes. Like I don't make them all like the same. Like some are big, some are small. I just kind of go with the flow. Yeah.
I like it.
Sometimes I cook it in the big form, like I take a chicken tender, and then when I take it out, I cut it up. So, and I just call them chicken nuggets, because if I don't, he's 3, so he'll be like, I don't like that, and it's like it's the same thing. Like it's so, I just like, these are nuggets, and then he'll, you know, if it was like just chicken, he'll be like, no, I don't want that. So.
You gotta know your kid. That's all. You just gotta know your kid. Just gotta know your kid. I like all those, especially the substitution for the chips stuff. We've been trying to do a lot of that. So one of the things that Olivia, and this is, I can't take any credit for this because I don't like vegetables that much. I've been eating a lot of vegetables of late, and fruit. That's something else I never ate a lot of either. But
I love fruit.
Olivia loves to eat cucumbers. Like, she'll eat cucumbers like chips. I'll cut a whole cucumber off, and she'll just eat it like no problem.
Salt and pepper or anything?
Nothing. No, plain.
Just straight? Oh,
straight
wow.
cucumber. Yeah. That's why I was when she's like, oh, you eat some cucumbers? Yeah, mine got salt, pepper, got olive oil on it. Like, I got all kinds of mine. Like, I can't eat plain cucumbers, but no, she demolishes them. And I mean, like, Lindsay used to force them on her. I'm like, why? My mom thinking, like, why are you forcing her to eat these nasty cucumbers? No,
they're good cucumbers. For you too.
Yeah. It's just, and like it keeps her hydrated because she don't like to drink water. So, you know, like we were talking earlier, and with how squeezing all the water out of them. Yeah, there's plenty of water in them. So we keep a lot of cucumbers. Something else that's interesting she eats. She likes to eat celery. And so the only time I used to eat celery was with peanut butter on it.
Yeah.
No, she'll eat celery straight. Like,
oh, wow. Yeah.
Celery. Like, I'm like, because again, her mother is no joke. When it's the snack, when it gets later in the evening, she's like, no, the only snacks you can have are vegetables. I'm like, she can't have an apple? No. I'm like, all right, man. Dang, you harsh. Like, dang. Like,
she's building some good habits up, but that is hard.
Yeah. You know, I was like, oh, apple was a good snack, but no. So, my daughter, carrots, and celery and cucumber. She gets down like.
See, I'm with you. Like, I like those things, but I have to have something with it. Like,
I gotta dip
carrots. Well, it makes me I'm allergic a little bit to raw carrots, but definitely gotta have some ranch or something.
Yeah, I gotta dip it. Yeah, I gotta dip peanut butter. I gotta dip it in something. Yeah. Like, I can't eat peanut butter no more, but I mean, definitely ranch. So, so those are the snacks we use to give her, and she likes to eat pirate's booty, and you know, she's gonna eat chip or something like that. But the thing about Olivia is, like, she's pretty conscious about like what she eats. It's weird. Like maybe because I talk so much about what I eat, kind of like, and so she's like, I think I've had too much sugar today. I'm not gonna get that. But she's been drinking a lot of red slushies, so since it got hot, so it all evens out.
Yeah.
But a couple go-to things that she likes to eat that I cook. Well, I don't cook. She like tonight. She ate a corn dog. She likes corn dogs, but
I like corn dogs.
Those go in the air fryer, roll around for 10 minutes, cooked. But I doctor up this Annie's macaroni and cheese out of the box. So I used to make. She likes my actual scrap macaroni and cheese from scratch, but it takes a lot to do that. I ain't making a cream cheese sauce every time and all this for her to eat macaroni and cheese 2 times a week. So this Annie's macaroni and cheese box, she loves it. Like she tells people at school that I make the best macaroni and cheese in the world, and I just don't know if she knows it comes from a box. And I just do some daddy stuff to it to make it taste different.
But, you gotta enhance it.
Yeah, I just enhance it. I mean, because so the noodles, everything is normal, but in the water I put olive oil, I put garlic in the water, so it boils and that gives a little bit of flavor. But in the noodles, I would assume a little bit of salt. But then, but where the sauce comes in, I stir the packet up. But then I also put turmeric in hers, and I put black pepper, and then I make sure that all those pieces of garlic get into her macaroni and cheese. And then and then I put Parmesan in the base of her thing, and then put other cheeses in there, whatever cheese we got in our
definitely got to add.
So I make it, I make it, doctor it up. So I like there's macaroni and cheese in the refrigerator now that she ate yesterday. She'll eat it tomorrow. She'll eat it. That's the one left, or Olivia will eat with macaroni and cheese.
Nice.
So we stick with macaroni and cheese, and then the other thing she likes that I cook, we had. Is what she instituted it during COVID, Taco Tuesday. She's the one that said she wanted to have Taco Tuesday. Where she heard this from, I still don't know. Did you hear that LeBron James was trying
one I was going to bring up? I was going to say tacos.
That's a go-to. But did you know LeBron James tried to patent Taco Tuesday? He tried to.
He did. Yeah,
but he couldn't. I don't think they would let him. But so she it used to be exclusively my ground beef tacos, which I made the day before yesterday. And so, I don't know, I don't want to pat myself on the back, but my nephew was over here. Now, he is 12 and he's eating anything in sight. Like, the dude is eating anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's always like,
I remember those days.
Oh, man. Like, and he's like, he's this big around. Like, I'm like, I don't even understand. Like,
where did it go?
Where did it go? Like, his feet is getting bigger. He's like, we're a size 8. Oh, man, good. God dang, bro, you good. So he was over here. He's like, I was like, you want some tacos? He's like, yeah, I'll have a taco. Then he eats one. Then he's like, I was like, you all right? You want another one? Yeah, I'll have another one. Then he's like, Uncle, you got some more tacos? Yeah, man, you want another one? Yeah, I'll have another one. 4 tacos later, he's like, I'm like, you want another taco, man? He was like, nah, I think I'm good now. Like, but that's after he ate a half a Subway sandwich. Like, what is going on?
Wow.
Anyway, I do kind of remember that, but like, man, good Lord. I'm glad he ain't my kid, for real. I
remember I used to eat 2 Whoppers, and there's no way if I ate 2 Whoppers, I'd be out of commission for a long time.
Dang. Like, it was like, I used to eat them like, I feel like a couple times a week when they were 99 cents.
And a milkshake. Like, there's no way.
Somebody eat a double Whopper and a regular Whopper.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no problem.
No problem.
Right, if I try to eat a double Whopper now, I might vomit. Like, it would be all bad. I tell you, and I don't even do that often. Like, but my stomach would be in knots. Like, I can't even consider.
Yeah.
But back to the actual subject. Sorry, I got off track. But tacos is my other thing that I cook as a thing that Olivia will always eat. She loves my beef tacos, but she started to eat my shredded chicken tacos because I was telling my sister what I do is I season the shredded chicken tacos with the same season. It's like you said about the pork chop, with the same season I put on the beef. Kids sometimes ain't that smart, but but
they're always trying to figure it, like they know how you did it.
You don't know. just eat it. You like
just eat it.
Yeah. So she eats that. My tacos are really simple. I don't do nothing special. Something we do is like people usually put the salsa and the sour cream on the top of the cheese, and then you're trying to spread it out to get it all over throughout the it doesn't work. So what we do is we take the tortilla and we spread the sour cream on the inside of the tortilla before we put anything in it, and then every bite of that sour cream. So, but I mean, again, in many episodes I've talked about my tacos and what I season them with. I make my own. That was something my nephew was impressed by, that I make my own taco seasoning. He was like, "You make your own taco seasoning?" Yeah, man, it ain't that hard, bro. It's like
it's not
8 ingredients, and put them in a bowl and mix it up. There you go, taco seasoning. So, but some things that I like, she likes to eat that we order for her, because I thought I was swearing off DoorDash, but now Lindsay's picked up DoorDash, since we still order. They're still stealing all my money every month. Like, good Lord. So Olivia likes to eat sushi. Sushi's something that she likes, and so her favorite place to eat sushi is Sushi Ohana on Broadway by Lloyd Center, and it's the main reason is because they have a sushi train, so the sushi goes around on the thing, and so every time we go to the place to eat sushi, do they have no, this one doesn't have one, so we frequent Sushi Ohana regularly so she can pick her own food. But yeah, so she'll eat California roll, which is her favorite now. She used to eat cucumber roll. And she eats a sweet potato roll, which is also one of her. She likes it.
I never tried the sweet potato one.
It's actually pretty good too. They the one at Sushi Ohana, they put cream cheese in there with the sweet potato. Yeah, it's good. It's super good. But yeah, so that's what I can always get Olivia to eat: mac and cheese, a taco, or sushi, and then snacks straight to. If this pirate food, she's gonna ask for that first. But I'm like, no, cucumbers. Okay, yeah, I'll take cucumbers. Can I have a half a cucumber, please? Like, yeah, sure. Would you like the whole thing? I'll cut it all up. No problem. Yeah. So, but we know everybody's kids have their own things that you cook. You guys can write in, let us know what you cook for your children. I might take your idea. Please take ours. We put them out there so that you can.
Y'all missed the show? Well, no worries. They're on our website, snfpodcast.com. That's Steve, Nancy, Frank, podcast.com.